Live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. This is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. As always, we appreciate you joining us. We are live streaming here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom, continuing our coverage of what is going on here in the region when it comes to this weather. Obviously, we've been talking about this all day. There's a lot that we're going to be talking about here over the next few hours as we get more information in. We've got reporters out in the field. We're going to be talking to transit authorities. We're going to be talking about all kinds of things, including weather updates, which we're going to have here in just a few minutes. But first, to start off here, we wanted to go to Mackenzie, who is down there in Salem, Oregon. Beautiful shot, by the way, Mackenzie, there with the background, with the Capitol there. But you've been out there for a while. You know, can you tell us how has it been so far? What have you been seeing since you've been down there in Salem?
So we've been here right in front of the state capitol here in Salem since 5 this morning. So hours and hours, and we saw the first sight of snow, some flurries coming down around 6. So now we are about 6.5 hours later, if not more at this time. And you can see all the snow completely covering the ground. I mean, it really is like a winter wonderland, a complete blanket of snow. Just look how deep my hand can go in here. It really, I mean, has piled up here, at least 2, if not 3 inches of snow at this point, and people have been out here playing all day. It probably stopped snowing about an hour and a half ago at that point. A lot of people started coming out enjoying the snow. We've seen some snowball fights here in the state capitol park. We've seen people building snowmans. We're seeing people playing around in their cars, as you can probably hear. But that is the exact thing that you don't want to do, because we have seen some traffic issues here this morning.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Well, I mean, number one, 3 or 4 inches, so that is quite a bit of snow that is down there, and it looks like it's stopped right now, just kind of like it has up here. But when it comes to the traffic side of things, because we're finding out about some accidents all over the place, all over the region right now. So what's traffic been like down there in Salem? Are people still going out on the roads like the person we were just hearing behind you, or are they kind of being, you know, maybe a little smarter about it and staying off of those roads?
Yeah, you can see quite a few people actually on the road right now. I haven't really seen it get too quiet this morning. There's been quite a few people on the road. You can see a few icy patches too along the street. This turn very specifically, this Summer Street and Center Street here right in front of the Capitol. People have been coming down Summer Street this way, trying to make this left turn down this street where you see the cars are going right now. And a lot of people seem to have been slipping on this patch right here. So there definitely has been some slippery and slick spots. Thankfully, though, with the snow stopping right now, it's a little easier to see, because the visibility was hard earlier this morning as people were driving through, and then obviously those slippery and slick spots were making it a little tougher. But I do want to mention, though, that this is not the end of our winter weather. We're expecting some freezing rain and sleet later today, and that's just going to make the roads even more dangerous. So you see a lot of people on the roads right now, and it's important to, if you need to be on the road, get your chores done now. If you don't, though, try to stay home, stay safe, because it really is dangerous out here on the roads. Of course, stay off the roads, but I mean, look at all this snow around me. It is very fun, a perfect snow day, especially since the Salem-Keizer School District actually canceled classes today. So kids are having a fun day here.
Yeah, that is exactly the kind of thing I remember wanting to go out into if school was canceled. But as you mentioned, yes, stay safe, stay off of those roads if you can, and we'll have some more updates here throughout the afternoon too from different transit authorities, and we'll update people on some of the things that are going on with that. But Mackenzie, I got to ask you, you've been down there for 6 hours plus, however many hours all day since early this morning. How cold are you right now?
Chilly, I'm not gonna lie. My Uggs, take a look at this, completely soaked through on the bottom.
Oh!
Not my best choice of snowshoes, but you know, I just moved back to Oregon from being in the South for quite some time, so we're a little ill-prepared, but I'm working on it. I have about 4 layers, top and bottom. You can see my hat, my scarf. I mean, I'm ready. I got my ski gloves on right now, so I've been in the car a little bit too, trying to warm up any moment that I possibly could. So I'm a little chilly, but it's not the end of the world.
Everything but the shoes. All right, well, Mackenzie, thank you very much, for being out there and reporting on this. Really, really appreciate it. And yeah, go get warm and stay safe on those roads as you all are heading out there.
Thank you.
All right. Really appreciate Mackenzie joining us back here in the studio now. Thank you, everybody. So this is Fox 12 Now. first time watching, we're live streaming here from the newsroom. We're going to keep you up to date. We've got lots of reporters and people out all over the region right now, and we're going to be going to them throughout the afternoon. But what you probably want to know is a little bit more about the weather and an update. And we have Drew here right now, which Drew, first time on Fox 12 now.
Yeah, it is. Happy to be here, and yeah, a lot going on with the weather. Thankfully, the snow has somewhat stopped here, but when we take a look at the temperatures and those winds, the wind has really been a big story for us for today. We've got winds gusting to 33 miles per hour still right now in Portland. This is our Rivermark Community Credit Union camera, 30 degrees. The east wind sustained 22 miles per hour. So a big deal there. And when you look at the gusts around the metro area, normally when we see events like this, maybe just the east side of the metro is getting some of those strong wind gusts, but it's pretty much everywhere. We're continuing to see those winds 23 miles per hour gusting in Hillsborough, 36 miles per hour at the Sunset Transit there, 20 miles per hour at Chehalem Mountain. As you move a little bit further south, starting to ease up there down towards Aurora, you can see those winds coming about 12 miles per hour, but 36 mile per hour wind gusts in Troutdale, and then we look out towards Crown Point, 61 mile per hour wind gusts still right now. So very, very strong, and that of course making the really cold temperatures that we are seeing feel even worse out there. So if you're in the Portland area, downtown Portland, feels like it is in the teens right now, 17 degrees. If you're out to the east towards Troutdale, it feels like it is 11 degrees. Our mountains or in the hills feeling like it's in the single digits for the most part, and then just slightly better towards Beaverton and Aurora where it feels like it's in the 20s. But you can see all around the region those temperatures feel extremely cold, and we've had some really strong winds so far. So our peak gusts at Crown Point, 79 miles per hour, out towards Corbett, 65 miles per hour. Not quite as strong in the Portland area, but still very strong for us. We've had power outages with this as well, winds gusting to right around 50 miles per hour or in that 40 to 50 mile per hour range through the metro area. And then Troutdale, the peak gusts this morning, 55 miles per hour. So the winds are going to continue to be quite breezy as we go through this afternoon into the evening. Here's a look here. We're still seeing those gusts close to 40 to 45 miles per hour out towards Troutdale. Into tonight, this is 9 o'clock here. You can see the winds maybe letting up a little bit, but we'll still see wind gusts in the range of about 30 to 40 miles per hour for a lot of the metro area. Down south towards Aurora, you can see it really starts to let up there tonight. Wilsonville, though, maybe still seeing those gusts about 20 to 25 miles per hour. So that is still going to be an issue. And then finally, once we get into tomorrow morning, we're seeing that east wind let up, just a little bit of a breeze out towards Troutdale still. But this is really going to allow our temperatures tomorrow afternoon to finally start to warm up just a bit, maybe enough to start to get that snow and ice melting that we're going to be seeing overnight. And then you can see those calm winds as we go through the day tomorrow, maybe Saturday evening picking up a little bit just on the east side of the metro area, but nothing like what we are seeing so far today. So here's a look at our radar, and you can see most of the snow activity has stopped here in the Portland area. We are going to see quite a break now, probably until we get a little bit later into this evening. We're going to start to see that freezing rain and snow picking back up, but we've seen some pretty good totals so far. Mackenzie was talking about that 3 to 4 inches. Most folks around the Salem area have been right around that 3-inch range. In southeast Portland, we've seen 2 inches. Ridgefield, not quite as much, an inch there from what we're seeing, 2 inches towards Gresham, and areas in Canby, about 1.5 inches of snowfall. But some good totals there. We are, as I just mentioned, seeing a break through this afternoon. Once we get into tonight, we'll start to see that wet weather picking back up. It'll most likely be in the form of freezing rain first, especially further south in the Willamette Valley. Here in the Portland Metro, we'll see some freezing rain, maybe ice pellets mix, and then overnight we'll transition back to snow. By tomorrow morning, we're looking at another maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow here in the Portland area with a little bit of an ice glazing as well, and then down towards Salem, maybe a little bit less snow, but more of that ice. So another first alert weather day tomorrow, but as I mentioned, temperatures in the afternoon could warm up just enough to give us a little bit of a melt off there. We're in the upper 30s, and then if we don't see that, it is certainly going to be melting as we head into the weekend. Temperatures back to the 40s, and those overnight lows are going to be really warming up. Nice to see that we're kind of in a mild rainy pattern as we head into next week.
All right, so at least some hope on the horizon there for that.
Coming after tomorrow morning, we're in the clear.
Yeah, and I think for everybody out there too, tomorrow morning, just that commute is going to be really, really rough.
Yeah, if you, similar to today, if you don't have to be on the roads tomorrow morning, you don't want to be.
Yeah. All right. Well, Drew, thank you very much. Appreciate it. You being over here. I'm going to step back in over this. So we'll be keeping you up to date with that as we go throughout the afternoon. And obviously, there's more on the way, as we know, as Drew was just letting us know. We've got a lot for you here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. We've got some reporters that are out in the field, and we're going to be bringing them in to get updates on some of those traffic situations that are happening out there, some of the weather situations, roads, all of that we'll be covering and more. We are going to take a quick break here, though, so we can get some more people lined up here to talk to you. So you'll just see a little bit of a break. We'll be right back, so just stay with us. We'll be back within 3-4 minutes or so, and we'll have one of our reporters on actually out in the field. Talk to you then.